You know, I did the whole series of Smallville. Might as well talk about the other show about Batman, Gotham. So Gotham is basically the origin stories of Bruce Wayne himself, but it doesn't really star Bruce Wayne. It mostly stars James Gordon. James Gordon being Commissioner Gordon later on in the Batman comic books. And just like Smallville, Bruce Wayne is not Batman yet, but this is the origin story of how he'll grow up from the small boy to the man that he is going to become. And with season one, well, I gotta say, season one is kind of hit and miss for me. There are some things I really did enjoy about this season, but then there are some things that I really did not. Like for example, the things I did like in the show, I really love the actors in the show. The kid who plays Bruce Wayne, he did an outstanding job. I really liked him. And also the actor who plays James Gordon. I love the fact that James Gordon himself is transferred to this city, and in the very first episode, he wants to be the good cop, the good guy, really bring law and order back into this crime-ridden city. But he finds out later on in that same episode that that's easier said than done, because even the police force, even his partner, is not exactly 100% gifted to the badge. And another thing I really enjoyed about this season was that there are certain Batman villains that we all know today are not exactly around in the city. Granted, they are mentioned. Some of them are mentioned in this season, but I'll get to those in a minute. I mean, this city is now being run by a bunch of gangsters, one of them being Falcone and the other one being Maroni, names that you may have known from the Dark Knight series. But then we also have another gangster that is played by Jada Pinkett Smith, named Fish Mooney, and I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Fish Mooney was not a fan favorite of mine. As a matter of fact, you could fast forward through all of her scenes and you would not miss a thing in the TV show Gotham. They have their little war turf going on. You got that happening and all such, just kind of keeping the story going. And also you have Bruce Wayne after his parents get gunned down. He's trying to grow up with the loss, kind of like deal with it and all such. But at the same time, he runs into Selena Kyle, who for some reason goes by Cat in this season, because why the heck not? You just gotta throw that in there. You can tell that there is a little bit of chemistry with them. I mean, the actors are insanely good in that role. It's just they're kind of like taking a bigger step forward. It's basically, it would have been okay if she would just call herself Selena Kyle instead of calling her Cat. I mean, she's a little girl that grows up on the street. She knows how to steal and all such, which would make sense for Catwoman's character. And then she runs into this billionaire kid, and they start getting along, and you can kind of see the so-called will they, won't they whole relationship kind of come out in this season. A little bit too soon for my taste, but granted, they did the same thing in Smallville, so why not here? And when it comes to the things that I did like about this season, there are some things that I really did not like about this season. Like, for example, they introduce a little bit too many villains in this season. I mean, you have the Penguin, who is following around Fish Mooney, learning all the new ways. He's kind of a klutz, he's kind of a weirdo, and he has his mom with him that is technically the ghost of Christmas Present from the movie Scrooge. Still wearing the same outfit, by the way. And also you have Edward Nygma. Edward Nygma just basically was opened up that he was the Riddler, like, immediately when you meet him, because he's there saying a bunch of riddles, a bunch of questions. He's just annoying everybody. But you could definitely tell that he is the Riddler, so there's really no secrets there. I mean, granted, I keep bringing up Smallville, but this is basically the Batman version of Smallville. But at least that show took their time for their villain developments. This one, you already know exactly who they are. They're like 50% there, so there's that. And another thing that I really did not enjoy is that there are some characters that are mentioned in this. You have Mr. Freeze that is mentioned. You also have Bane and his Venom that is introduced way early in this season. And I'm thinking, okay, hit the brakes. Slow down. You are giving out too much information in the very first season, and I'm already enjoying the small stuff that is happening so far. And another thing that I really did not like about this is that, like, the very first scene, that's when Bruce Wayne's parents get killed. And I'm just sitting here going, gosh, I'm so tired of them starting the story at this moment. I want to get a little time to know Thomas and Martha Wayne. Who were they? How good of characters they were? Were they very good parents to Bruce Wayne? No, we never get to see that. The only thing we get to see them is walking down this dark alleyway and getting shot down, and there's Bruce Wayne sitting there in the middle. So I never really got to see. What type of characters they were. And for most of the season, Bruce Wayne finds out that his parents may not be the most innocent type that he may or may not have known, because they may have been digging into some really deep stuff, which is the reason why they may have been killed. And I'm thinking, that's great, but I would like to know what type of people they were before the murder happened. I mean, you have like 23 episodes in one season. You have plenty of time to do this. Guys, am I going to just say this right now? You think superhero TV shows would be a whole lot better if they were like 13 to 10 episodes? Because having 23 episodes long, even with Smallville, Arrow, The Flash, or even Gotham, 23 episodes just seems just a little bit too long. There's just a lot of filler episodes that you really do not care about, and we have to deal with a whole lot of situations that really don't make a difference later on in the series. And with this season, that is most definitely one of them. And one thing that I have noticed, and I thought to myself, okay, they really did screw up on this one, was that James Gordon is dating this woman named Barbara. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, slow down, show. Barbara was his daughter, not his girlfriend. But then again, I'll have to watch the rest of the show to see how that would go. And another thing that I really hated when it comes to the TV show Gotham is that this is when the Dark Knight trilogy was at its peak. This is when the Dark Knight trilogy was wrapped up. It was good. Batman was basically on the top of the world. And with the new Gotham TV show coming out, thinking that we're going to have like a Dark Knight TV series, everyone was really on board with this. But instead of doing, the Dark Knight style, instead they decided, hey, Tim Burton was also very good movies, and Joel Schumacher, well, he made movies, and Christopher Nolan made really good movies. Instead of just giving bits and pieces here and there to actually honor those directors, instead we're gonna stuff them all into one big blender, hit play, and maybe we'll have a concoction that will taste amazing. Instead, you have a catastrophe that kind of tastes like vomit. Because it does have that Dark Knight feel to it. It also has the style of Tim Burton. And some of the side actors in the show really do give off a Joel Schumacher vibe. Like for example, the Riddler himself. I mean, I really love a smart and sinister Riddler that is shown in the Batman the Animated Series, as well as the new Batman movie, as well as the comic book series. But it seems like they decided to go down the Jim Carrey route from Batman Forever. Honestly, if you would have told me this is the origin story of the Riddler for Batman Forever, I would be completely convinced. And so, yeah, that's a lot of stuff I gotta say about Season 1. I don't want to spoil a whole lot of stuff for you, because there are many interesting stuff here and there, some secrets that you may not know about, and there are a lot of moments in this season that definitely grab your attention, but it doesn't change the fact that this season really does have its problems. But that only just tells me that there will be better seasons down the road. Remember, I have done several TV shows where I said the first season, never my favorite season. I enjoy other seasons down the road, and that just tells you should be excited for what's going to happen next. So anyway, guys, Gotham Season 1. That's all I could think about it, so I gotta say, it is worth watching at least once. So guys, Gotham Season 1, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Whatever you thought, comment down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.